I'm sure right here in Macomb County that you provide the same type of service, Tony, to the residents, such as in Warren. You've helped out the Warren Police Department a number of times, and even the smaller police departments in the county with your resources.
Right, and I think that's where law enforcement has to come together,
right.
The collaboration, working together, and being able to solve problems. And again, we have the 5 contracted communities.
What are the 5 here?
We have Macomb Township, City of Mount Clemens, Harrison Township, Washington Township, and Lennox Township, where they contract for us for police service, and we are their full-service police department in those areas. But we also have the K-9, and we have the auto theft, a surveillance team. One of our biggest and busiest off-site units is our MACE, our computer crimes unit.
Right.
That is happening. The amount of calls and reports coming in on the computer or internet, child predators, has increased.
We just recently had a case that you did work for us on,
And that was a priority for Sheriff Hackle, and we've increased. It was a multi-jurisdictional task force when it first started, but again, due to budget, people have come out, and Sheriff has put deputies in there and kept the unit running.
Very good. Do you see more consolidation of police departments, be it in Oakland County or Macomb County? In other words, departments coming to you and asking for you to, take over their services or to absorb them, some of the smaller departments. Do you see that trend developing or continuing?
We're getting a lot of inquiries right now, I can tell you that, and I'm not going to tell you who they are,
sure,
because it makes people nervous, when they see us as the big guy on the block and we're trying to take over, and that's not what we're not in the business to take people over, but I see more and more movement towards consolidation.
With that, I think we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
I got no pulse, we're losing him.
Sergeant, he's in VFib.
Shock him.
Drives it road all the time. Just had a few drinks. This can't be happening.
Are we clear?
Clear.
You were just buzzed.
Just buzzed? You didn't tell us that, sir. You're right, this isn't happening. He'll be fine.
I feel good.
Really?
No, not really.
Buzz driving.
Clear.
Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Shock him.
Today, we gather to recognize the selfless decision of one of the most influential women of our time. The woman who, after having one too many drinks, chose not to drive home buzzed. Here today to honor Rachel is the family whose lives she spared.
Welcome back to Police Journal. Let's start off this segment of the program with a conversation about consolidation of police departments, consolidation of what we call public safety answering points, dispatch centers. Tony, let's talk about here in Macomb County. You already see some consolidation of departments taking place, especially in the area of dispatch centers. You want to talk a little bit about what St. Clair Shores, East Point, and I believe it's Roseville is doing right now, and how we're going to expand that, and how we're doing a study to consolidate all the PSAPs in Macomb County.
Yeah, one of the, again, cost-saving measures that is consolidating services, and one that, we think would work would be the consolidation of dispatch services. Right now there's, I think, over a dozen PSAPs, public safety answering points in Macomb County, that are doing the dispatching for the various police agencies, fire departments, and EMS organizations. Currently, St. Clair Shores, Roseville, and East Point have a collaborative effort that they're going to come together and they're going to combine dispatch services. This is a big and positive move in Macomb County. They're bringing these 3 departments together.
How long have they been working on that? For a number of years now,
that's
right?
Been, they received, I think there was a federal grant that came, and it was over about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And they've been moving forward, and I think by the fall, or the end of the year, they could be up and running.
Okay.
Now on a county level, the emergency management director received a federal grant.
That's Vicki Wolber?
Vicki Wolber from Emergency Management, that, we would look at something and maybe starting another consolidation of a dispatch service for the entire county.
Right.
And again, we've had some meetings, and I know your personnel have been represented in that Macomb County, maybe we come together and see about consolidating dispatch services. So we're currently working on that. We're going to put together a study, see about the feasibility, see what it would take. It's something that couldn't happen overnight. I mean, there's a lot of planning involved, things that, contracts that we have to go with, locations and all of that. But it's something that we need to talk about in law enforcement.
And we're going to get back to the consolidation of PSAPs here in Macomb County, but I want to direct my question to the Undersheriff, Mike McCabe, as far as what we've done in Oakland County and what we struggled with for a period of, 3 or 4 years, trying to consolidate 32 or 33 PSAPs in Oakland County, and what happened with that. I mean, just a number of meetings, and I guess it wasn't the right time, but it is the right time now.
Right. Well, Commissioner, when you were chief in Farmington Hills, we actually undertook a study, hired Plant Moran. There were 20 departments that were interested in consolidating into one PSAP in Oakland County. At the time we had 35 PSAPs. We're down to 28 now, but there still needs to be that shrinkage. But that particular study, there was a fair amount of money spent, but it's when the economy was good.
Right.
So it was about 7 years ago, and when push came to shove, the county was actually going to buy a building for $11 million over in the city of Auburn Hills. Was going to house the entire operation there, and then when the communities were asked, "Are you in?" Only 7 said they would be in. One of them was your city with the sheriff's office and 5 other municipalities. And so when the number dropped from 20 down to 7, the savings just wasn't there to form that consolidation. So it unfortunately fell by the wayside. But now it's heated back up again, and everybody's now interested in especially in dispatch, because there could be some huge savings there for everybody.
And the key is that us that are aware of it, like yourself, Mike and Tony, it's seamless. It doesn't matter where the dispatch center is located. You pick up the phone, you dial 911. It doesn't matter if that PSAP is located at the Sheriff's Department or in Warren, because you're going to dispatch. It's going to be seamless. The dispatcher picks it up, and even though they may be located at the Sheriff's Department, they pick it up, Warren dispatch. It's worked out very well in these other areas where they've consolidated. We dispatched in Farmington Hills for 25 years for Franklin and Bingham Farms, and it was never a problem. So, the key is when people call for fire or police, they want police or fire on the scene immediately.
Exactly
right, they're going to expect somebody to show up.
They don't care. When they dial 911, they want to know somebody's going to show up at their door.
So, Tony, getting back to Macomb County, it's going to take some time. I know that Vicki Wolber, she's got the $500,000 grant.
Right.
She's applied for another $2 million grant. They're putting a feasibility study together. It may take a couple months, but it's going to be a white paper. But I think we're going to move in the right direction as far as getting the support, as you will in Oakland County soon, from all law enforcement, public safety.
Right.
So do you think that it's not going to happen overnight, as you stated earlier? We're probably looking at, 2 years away before this?
Yeah, I would think even if everybody was on board and in agreement, and we were going to move forward from start to finish, it'd be probably a 2-year project before it'd be up and running. But again, getting leaders of each of the organizations and the mayors and city managers of each municipality coming together and understanding how a centralized dispatch system works, and what the savings, the positives, and what the view of if there's any negative, all of those things are going to have to be addressed.
Right. And Mike, getting back to Oakland County, I know that you spearheaded along with Bob Dadall, and I was involved for a number of years, as you stated earlier. Do you see that coming back again and a new study emerging?
Yeah, I think I do, for the simple fact that when you were at Farmington Hills, you actually led the charge to get our new radio system, because we had all these disparate radio systems in the county. And now it's up and running. It's about 60%, 65% implemented. It was after the Wixom Ford shooting.
Yes.
Which was a very sad situation. But that's where all the departments, the fire departments, the police departments, and the sheriff's office all came together and agreed we got to have this one county-wide radio system. So I think the same thing's starting to happen again with dispatch. It's really heating up. We're getting a lot of inquiries, and I see a shrinkage of the PSAPs in Oakland County coming in the next few years.